I think I can take these off now. Bam! Yeah. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. I just got home from such a long day. And I basically just want to fix myself something because these pregnancy cravings are real. I wish I could show you guys an OOTD. Let me try. These sunnies are borrowed. The sweater's from Kungara. The boots are from, I don't even remember where I got the boots. I'll improve on my OOTD. Remember, this is new forte for me. Oh, and this cute little bag that I think I got from, where did I get the bag from? So then why did I even decide to do this? Oh, I do love these tassel earrings though. Those are from my sister-in-law Tabby. She has this channel called Sugar and Spice, but she basically sells these earrings. So I'm in the kitchen now and I just want to grab myself something, but at the same time I want to make a reflection on a couple of things I've learned about myself ever since I became generally self-employed, or rather since I left the media. I think I can take these off now. Bam! Yeah. I'm sorry guys, I'm being so dramatic and silly, but yeah, a couple of things I've learned about myself ever since I left work. Yeah, the first one is time and money management, which again I think I took for granted while I was employed. So figuring out how to divide my time between my projects, my family, and me. It was a challenge initially because I think you're so used to a system and a routine, and it for me, let me just speak for me, it threw me off. So I was packing too many things in a day or leaving too many things not done in a day. So I had to learn how to balance out time management and make sure that there's a time for everything. And the very same thing with money. You know, I had to learn to be wiser with my money, but also earn more in different ways. And I thank God that I've had great opportunities to do that. But managing it, you know, knowing that this month it could be a windfall and next month it could be an event, or the following month there's no event. So knowing how to plan with what I have when I get it has been a bit of a challenge. It's been about a year now since I left the screens, and I'm much better now. Now I'm like, okay, I kind of know the flow and my budget, so this is what I'll do. I want to now grab myself something. You guys mind? No, you don't. All right, so I'm hungry. You know me and my cravings. Oh, by the way, my mom-in-law came to visit me yesterday. She come from Mombasa. And look what she brought me. Cassava crisps. Oh, it doesn't end there. Mabuyu. Mabuyu. Coast folks, you know how I feel. You know how I'm feeling right now. And finally, achari. I hope you can smell it through the lens because it smells so good. Yesterday I had a red mouth. I was just chowing it. So thank you, Mom. She was there and I was like, while you're at the coast, my cravings are suddenly leaning towards cassava crisps and achari. She's like, say no more. So she brought them over. So I'm just gonna have a bit of that. So I was talking about some of the lessons I've learned about myself since I left TV or took a break or whatever it is that you want to call it. The second one was that I've learned to be a lot better about not saying yes to everything. I think in a shorter sentence I could say I've learned to be better at saying no, which sounds strange because when you're out or have more time on your hands, that's the time you should be saying yes to opportunity. But what happened is I was saying yes too much to too many things at the same time. And so I did my last show in April last year, and the few months following that I was like booked back to back with gigs and projects and gigs and projects that sometimes clashed. And literally 3 months in, I was burnt out all over again. And yet one of the many reasons I wanted to take a break was not to be burnt out. So it's been about a year now, and what I do is when I'm approached for an opportunity, I ask myself, does it align with my brand? Is it interesting? Is it fun? Is it something that I could try that's different but still in line with who Janet is? And if I don't see the sense of doing it at that moment, I usually just say, can we try it at another time, or thank you for asking me, but I don't think I'm able to. And it's really helped me with planning my time a lot better. So I've just learned to be a lot better at saying no. Can I take a moment? I literally just went to Mama Ngina Drive in my mind. I can't wait to go to the coast. I'm going soon, but I'm going to fill you in on that later. I have really missed the coast, and I've missed all these beautiful yummy things like cassava crisps and madafu that come with coastline. The third thing I would say is I learned that I'm actually so much more of an introvert. I I don't know whether it's just the fact that I felt like I needed to lay low for a very long season in my life, because I was, in as much as I had a plan, sometimes life just throws things at you, so I needed to figure it all out. So I learned that it was easier for me to be a homebody and be home or think and plan, as opposed to going out, and which I really thought, you know what I mean, like, oh, I've taken a break from work, I can now kind of go out there and spend time and have fun. And it's not that I haven't, I've done all those things, but I'm almost more comfortable being in this space where I'm a homebody, or I'm surrounded by just the people I love, and just very, very laid back. I didn't know that about myself. I didn't know how much, whether it's me or whether it's the person I've become, but I have become someone who's, I think, a little bit more low-key. I can have fun, don't get me wrong, and I love my fun moments, but I just found myself gravitating towards being low-key and being a bit zen and planning, and then being out there when I really need to, really want to, really can. Especially now with the pregnancy and having been sick, it's even become more. And as much as I do have cabin fever, it's almost not that bad, because I'm like, I'm a homebody anyway, and I work from home a lot of the time, unless I'm doing an activation on the ground with Lifebuoy or Dada, all the different campaigns I'm involved in, then a lot of the time I work from home. So I realized I'm a homebody. But I think I'm just going through a season where I'm laying low, and I love it. It's just keeping me sane, helping me collect my thoughts, and I'm just staying true to who I am. So what else have I learned? Let's see, I'm just gonna take a seat and enjoy the cassava crisps right here. The fourth thing that I've learned about myself since I took a break or a sabbatical from the media is that I'm not afraid to try new things. Now let me explain this, because I think for the longest time there was a fear. There were so many things I wanted to try, so many things I wanted to explore, or even just generally literally take a break. Just say I need to take 5 and re-examine my priorities, my passion projects, my vision. And I was a little nervous to do that for the longest time, because the decision to take a break didn't happen overnight. It had been building for some time, where I just felt like I need to refresh myself and become a better person, a better media, let me say, influencer, or a better journalist, or a better whatever it is, just strengthen myself all around. And it just took me so long to be like, okay, it's time. So I've learned that I'm not afraid to take risks, and that is surprising, because I was always afraid to take risks. And I think that's why I kind of stayed doing the same thing for 10 years, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. But I began to feel like there's so much more I want to try and do. So let me spend a fair bit of time taking this break. Sorry, the light keeps changing, by the way. I'm in the kitchen and the weather keeps changing. So let me take a break and then begin to start over. Something like blogging or putting out YouTube content. I had started it in 2015. I remember when I was on maternity leave, if you look at the Janet Top 5 videos, those are way back in 2015. And I just want to try new things. I'm in such a space of, I want to learn, I want to do, I want to pursue. And so I've learned that, wow, Janet, you're actually not afraid to take risks, and that makes me feel really good about myself. And that even if something doesn't go as well as I wanted to, lesson learned. I move on and I perfect it. So it's a good space to be, and I'm glad I've become the person who's like, okay, let me try that. Oh, I've always wanted to pursue that type of work, or I've always wanted to do that kind of project. Let me try. If it doesn't sit well, if it doesn't go down well, if for some reason I feel like in my eye it's not adding any value, then I tried. And so that's the fourth thing I learned about myself. And I think the last thing I've learned about myself is I've learned to embrace myself, flaws and all. And I know that sounds so cliche, but y'all don't understand. I've been in the media for 10 years. I started way back actually when I was 19, took a break, and then the 10 years is actually 10 years in TV. Very used to putting out a certain image of myself or presenting myself a certain way, because that's the industry, and there's nothing wrong with it. There are industries where how you look is important. Sorry, there's a bit of noise, guys. There's like work happening in the home, and I just want things to continue. So yes, to be able to say I'm not ashamed to have these flaws, or I'm not ashamed to be this person, or it's okay that I look this way, it's okay that this is how I feel and think, and I'm not always going to be happy with certain imperfections about myself, but it's who I am, and I love it and I embrace it. And I've come to a point where it doesn't really matter what people say or think about me, especially if it's something I can't change. How I look, my ethnicity, my the type of person I am. I do, however, I'm very good at checking myself if I feel like, you know, there's a trend, maybe if I'm not being as respectful or humble as I should be. I'm very quick at checking myself. But generally, as a human being, if this is who Janet is and this is how Janet comes with all her baggage and all her flaws, then this is who I am. And it's taken a very long time to get to that place. So I'm happy to embrace myself, flaws and all. And I hope a lot more women, even men, but a lot more women can get to a point where they say, they don't think I should look this way, or they don't think this is who I should be, but this is who I am and I'm proud of it, because it's a great place to be. So yeah, that's what I would say. 5 things that I have learned about myself since I left media. I'll definitely be talking about the different steps I've taken and the different projects I'm doing, because there's been so many. And you need to look out for the Better for Kenya campaign, which I am spearheading here in the country. So it's a good place to be. I'm growing my family, you know. And it's not that I always have it figured out, guys. I just think it's important that I say I do not have it always figured out, but I have a plan and I'm working towards it and I'm pursuing. And sometimes if I get a little lost, I just push reset. And I did a blog post about that years ago. I just push reset and say, let's start again. And that's the difference between Janet then and Janet now. Janet then would have wallowed and been so frustrated and upset, like, dude, you're not sticking to your plan. Dude, this is not how it was supposed to be. Bit of a perfectionist, bit of a control freak. I maybe still have some of those elements, but it's not as bad. Janet now is like, that didn't go as well as you wanted it to. What can we do better? Or this is not really panning out like you had planned. What can we do to reset and put everything back on track? So I'm figuring it out, and I'm just very thankful to God for everything that He's given me thus far. There's a million things I want to do and so many things that I'm pursuing this year and hoping to put out for you guys. Some surprises, some not. But yeah, I'm going to stop my rant now. But thank you for watching this video. Let me know what other things you want to know about my journey since I left media. Will I go back? I get asked that a lot. Maybe I'll address that in the next video. Or maybe in a video at some point. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to really devour these cassava crisps, samachari, and then get back into my fruit salad regime and my managu and terere, and just be healthy, because I promised myself I'd be a healthy pregnant woman this year. Thank you for watching. Mwah.